Local time is 3:45 in the afternoon already. Zana Shriblak has got a massive problem. And he's looking at the left-hand side, and all of a sudden, the disappointment has sunk in. Is he going to get that kart started? Let's see. Trying to hit the starter button, and the kart is not responding. Zana Shriblak stationary on the grid, and he's got it started. Oh my goodness me. First of all, he had his heart in his hands. He had his fingers through his visor, thinking, why now? Luckily enough, he's got that sorted. Let's have a look at the grid, obviously, before we saw that drama. So Zana Shriblak due to start on pole position. Let's hope he gets up, catches up to the rest of the field and gets through into his relevant position. There he is, going through into the Europolaan. Glenn Van Parijs alongside on the front row. Lasse Andreasen and Martin van Leuven, row 2. Kasper Bielecki and Lucas Thompson, row 3. Keep your eyes on Hannes Morin on the inside of row number 4. He's got Maxime Dirix alongside the recently crowned Belgian Max Challenge champion, Max Fleischmann and Patrick Snows-Lokmelis, row 5 and completing the top 10. Matthias Lund, Robert Schopian, Jure Jungdahl, Fabian Bock, Hannes Border, Florian Breitenbach, Christopher Zachse, Mika Metz, David Maslakovic, Dennis Thiem ran out the top 20. Completing the 30-strong driver lineup is Jordi Klebol, Josh Bryce, Amerik Gerhard, Charlie Anderson, Mario Saban, Kilian Gerhard, Andreas Birdbach, Lawrence Seifried, Jaro Dekkers and Carl Borgard. So this is the 37th race of the meeting. One more to go after this, and DD2 Masters will close out the race weekend. So what are we going to have happen here? I think we are going to get under starters orders because the revs are starting to rise. The DD2 Masters, DD2 final is underway, and Zana Shriblak is now already starting to fight his way through the field. He's already got through past 5 drivers. One's gone very wide. That is Lawrence Seifried from Germany. And Shriblak is not going to take any prisoners. He's going to put everything on the line because he was due to start on pole position. And I think I probably count he might have already gotten up. He's gone around the outside of several drivers. I think I count 8 already that Zana Shriblak has gotten past, and that's out of 29 other drivers. So Glenn Van Parijs leads the way ahead of Martin van Leuven, Lasse Andreasen, Kasper Bielecki, Max Fleischmann. Hannes Morin has dropped a few places in the meantime. They make their way down towards turn 12 to complete the very first lap of the motor race. Van Parijs leads the way, and the gap between him and Van Leuven is just over 0.3 of a second. As Matthias Lund trying to get past Lucas Thompson, and the Dane has got through. Zana Shriblak has already gone up to 21st position, and that was only when they crossed the line after lap number 1. And Shriblak now looks to be ahead of Jordi Klebol, so Shriblak, being on the back foot, now has already started responding and has already got his way past 9 of the 20 drivers in front of him. Actually make that 10 as a little bit of a drama there for the Jungdahl, I believe, in the 443, who was running in 13th, with Shriblak trying to get his elbows out alongside David Maslakovic. And Maslakovic runs wide coming out of turn 10. A little bit of an assist from behind by Mika Metz, but Shriblak has gotten through. Josh Price definitely getting stuck in with the likes of Hannes Border, as Florian Breitenbach looks to be Zana Shriblak's next victim. 2 minutes down, 12 to go. Van Parijs leading the way, but the gap between him and Martin van Leuven last time was 6/100ths of a second. Matthias Lund from Denmark, running out the top 5 for RS competition, is the fastest driver out there, followed by the likes of Max Fleischmann, Lucas Thompson. Hannes Morin looking up the inside of the 465, and as Hannes Morin got through, I think he might have done. I'm just going to keep an eye on that, and that is the case. I've just seen it visually. As Van Leuven looking up the inside of Van Parijs, going through into turn 10, takes the lead on lap number 3. 11.25 minutes. That's all there is dramas for Jordi Klebo as Zana Schriblak sides his way through past Hannes Border and Juri Ljungdahl in the meantime. So Schriblak now is has halfway through the field after 3 minutes. This is how motivated this Belgian driver is. He's basically saying, nothing is going to stop me. And at the moment, 14 effectively 14 or so, 15 drivers have not had an answer for him. There's another 14 that he needs to get through, as we have, I think I did see a yellow flag briefly out. Schriblak, the driver on the move. And next up will be Christopher Zaxa, I believe. There's Josh Price. Ahead of Christopher Zaxa, there is Zana Schriblak. At the moment, Martin van Leuven had the fastest lap. It's now gone to Josh Price from the United Kingdom in 13th place. There's Fabian Bock, currently sitting in 12th, is trying to pull away a little bit from those behind, but Zana Schriblak is getting on with business at hand. And you know what's even funnier? Zana Schriblak on the same lap equaled the fastest lap of the race with Josh Price. But Josh Price on the benefit of doing it first is the one that gets the recognition. Schriblak trying to get past Christopher Zaxa from Denmark. And now up the inside goes the Belgian through turn 10. That's now 14th place. 9.5 minutes in karting can be a bit of an eternity. But Zana Schriblak is putting on one hell of a show right now. From near heartache to where he is, he's left that heartache behind and he's going for broke. He's just getting on with business. That's all he needs to do right now. Just keep pushing and hope for the best. Josh Price has gone even quicker, 54.138 seconds for the Brit on the 486. Rampere's back in the lead as we now complete lap number 6. Rampere is also leading Van Leuven, Andresen and Bielecki. Lund in 5th, Fleischmann, Mohin, Chopin, Thompson, Dirks, Bock, Price, and now in 13th position is Zana Schriblak. Schriblak has now got to close on Josh Price, and he's 1.7 seconds behind, but dramas has now befallen Patrick Snols-Lockmelis out of the race on lap number 6. The Latvian has heartbreak, and earlier on, David Maslakovic on lap 3 also retired from the race. Lockmelis was running at the bottom part of the top 10. So the Latvian now has to sit and watch by the sidelines. Rampere's still leads. Van Leuven in 2nd. Bielecki. Now it's Lund. Morin up to P5 as all. Now I'm not too sure what happened for Robert Chopin, but the cart just involuntarily decided to jump up and down. Not too sure when he applied the brakes, but then that allowed Max Fleischmann to get through. And a little bit of a touch from behind. Lucas Thompson gets a bump on the right rear, courtesy of Robert Chopin there, going through into turn number 6. Now I'm just keeping my eyes not just on the circuit, but where Zana Schriblak is. So they're coming through out of the final corner. I'm not too sure. Has there been a problem? Because I've seen Zana Schriblak, 401 from SP Motorsport, has that technical gremlin come back and bitten hard. Lasse Andreasen also might look to be out of the motor races. Robert Chopin up the inside of Maxim Dirix. There is Josh Price waiting in the wings. So how's the heartache happen for Xander Schriblak? That is my biggest question, because I cannot see the 4:01 circulating. And at the final hurdle, it all comes crumbling down like a badly built brick wall. And Glenn van Parijs still leading ahead of Martin van Leuven. They're nearly 4/10 apart. Another move here from Josh Price up the inside of Maxim Dirix. And Lucas Thompson and Fabian Bock are with them. So Josh Price sitting now on what is 7th position on the road. And it is confirmed, Xander Schriblak out on lap number 6, as is Lasse Andreasen from Denmark. And Schriblak, when he got that kart going, was going to wring the neck of it all the way through. Max Fleischmann, I think, has also called time on the race weekend. We're down from 30 to 25. The top 5 have ended up being a bit spread out, because from 1st to 5th it is now 5.2 seconds. But the battle carrying on. Fabian Bock battling away with Lucas Thompson. And that's for 9th on the road. There's your race leader, Van Parijs. Van Leuven rounds out the top 2. Kasper Bielecki in 3rd. Matthias Lund, Hannes Morin, Robert Chopin, Josh Price, Maxim Dirix. Josh Price trying to get past Robert Chopin going through turn 8. The Brit even used a little bit of the curbing on the entry into the corner to help him rotate the kart. And looking at the pace of Hannes Morin, he's been running in the 54.7s. Josh Price on a 54.5 last time around, and now they come across the line to complete lap number 11. And Josh Price has just put in a 54.993, and he's just got past Robert Chopin. So Josh Price up into 6th place and moving forward at a good speed. Just under 3.5 minutes to go. 25 out of 30 drivers still circulate around the track itself. No changes as of yet. The looking behind from Robert Chopin backwards to Maxim Dirix, Lucas Thompson, Fabian Bock. Nico Metz has also caught up with them as they exit out of the final corner. So Josh Price has started to pull away from Robert Chopin. Josh Price has actually set the fastest lap of the race of 54.056. And dramas again, unfortunately, for Laurent Seyfried. It's not been an easy weekend for the German on the 420 from FM Racing. Being at the lower end of the field. As another drama again. That's the second time this race that Robert Chopin has hit the brakes and the kart has just literally started trying to shake itself apart. I'm not too sure if there's a brake issue problem for Robert Chopin, but there's the second time in this race that that's happened to him. And now Mika Metz up towards the inside of the 477. There's Fabian Bock as we're into the last 2 minutes of the race. Klien Gerhardt and Andreas Bickbach have got past Hannes Border for 13th and 14th respectively. Jordi Clabot now rounds out the top 20. Maxim Dirix and Lucas Thompson now ahead of Robert Chopin, who seems to just be trying to get the kart home to the checkered flag. Through into turn 10, there's a nice little scrap happening here, and that involves in the middle of it the likes of Florian Breitenbach, Yuri Jungdahl, Charlie Anderson. So Robert Schorpian finds himself down at the bottom part of the top 10 for that gaggle of carts going into turn number 2 very shortly. So Florian Breitenbach in there. I think there's also a spot of a Birlart chassis. There will be Charlie Anderson in the 469. And still, the battles go on unabated. Maxim Dirix came under fire from Lucas Thompson. But Mika Metz is closing in the meantime onto this 465 from Germany. We have 25 seconds on the clock. Van Parijs now puts us onto the penultimate lap of the race. Lap 16 out of 17. As the sun still beats down here at Karting Genk. The time now has just come up to 4 o'clock, just up past 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As Glenn Van Parijs makes his way down to the end of the Europlan, the timer has already hit 0. So the 14 minutes are up. This plus 1 more lap to go as Mika Metz gets defensive on Thompson. That is for 8th position on the road. Robert Schorpian has caught them up. Fabian Bock still waiting in the wings to see what might happen in front. Because he's guaranteed maybe in the last 2 or 3 laps something does at some point transpire as Thompson up the inside of Schorpian. And there goes Fabian Bock up the inside of the 477. Nice move by the 481 through turn number 11. Final lap board has been shown to Glenn Van Parijs from Belgium in the 400 as he makes his way through turn number 5 for the final time out of 17 laps. Sunset is about an hour away. And Van Parijs looks over his right shoulder, hard on the brakes, turns in, turn 7. Now through the sweeper at 8. A little bit of a lean to the left-hand side of the race seat to just help the traction and the purchase on the tarmac. 2 more corners to go after this one. And Glenn Van Parijs out of the final corner. He led from lights out to checkered flag, and he becomes the Golden Trophy champion in 2021 on home soil, no less. Second, Martin van Leuven from the Netherlands. Third, Kasper Bielecki from Poland. Matthias Lund and Hannes Morin make it a duo from Scandinavia. 1 from Denmark, 1 from Sweden. Running out the top 5, a noble fight from Josh Price. Up to 6th at the finish. The only Brit in the DD2 field this weekend. And also, what's more, he has in his pocket the fastest lap of the race, a 54.056 second lap time. And now we're under full course yellows as the drivers make their way through into scrutineering for their final time as Patrick Snols-Lokmelis pushes his kart into the pre-grid, into the scrutineering. So Glenn Van Parijs wins the Golden Trophy Championship title in 2021 here on home soil at Karting Genk. Head of Martin van Leuven, Kasper Bielecki, Matthias Lund, Hannes Morin, Josh Price, Maxim Dirix, Mika Metz, Lucas Thompson, Robert Schorpian and Fabian Bock. Christopher Zaxer, 12th, head of Kilian Gerhard, Andreas Birkbach, Florian Breitenbach, Yuri Jungdahl, Mario Saban, Charlie Anderson, Hannes Border, Jordi Klebort, Amerik Gerhard, Dennis Thiem, Karl Borgard, Laurent Seyfried and Jaro Dekkers being the last of the 25 drivers that finished the race. Retirements, unfortunately, for Max Fleischmann, Lasse Andresen, the recovering Zana Schublak, Patrick Snols-Lokmelis, and the 445 of David Maslakovic.